We're finally free of the Speak No Evil trailer playing before every movie because it hits theaters this weekend, and this is my quick non-spoiler free review of Speak No Evil 2024. So Speak No Evil 2024 is a remake of the 2022 Danish film, which I don't understand why we got a remake because the movie's only been 2 years old, but we got a remake either way. So when an American family is invited to spend a weekend at a beautiful countryside with a charming British family that they met on a vacation, what begins as a dreamy vacation holiday soon wraps into a psychological nightmare. So let me get into the positives of this film. This film, acting all around the board was phenomenal. James McAvoy as a villain, as you all know, once he turns on that switch, he is going to be amazing, and he does a villainous role to perfection. James McAvoy really steals the spotlight here. I actually enjoyed this version compared to the original. I think this one, in my opinion, is better than the original, but for most people, I'm gonna get into the negatives in here. The negative is that this film is a 75% copy and paste of the original, and the other 25% is what they changed differently. And I think what they changed differently is enough to really satisfy the viewer, and I enjoy for what the things that they changed in here was enough to really keep me invested and not bored of the film. I genuinely think it was a good time in the theater, and Blumhouse finally gave us something worth watching this year. Cinematography, the eeriness, and just the tension and building in here was great. It was enough to really keep a lot of people invested. A lot of the big complaints from the original was the ending, and I did enjoy the ending, what they did with this one. I love the ending change. I think the ending change, most people who've seen the original are going to be happy with this ending. So you can cheer and clap like everyone did with this ending. I honestly had a great time with this film. I think if I had to rate this film all in all, I'll give it a critic rating of an 8. I'll give it an audience score of an 8. I think both audiences are really going to enjoy this film. I do have to compare it to the original. I think both films are both great films, but I think I like this one a little more. I think most audiences are going to like this a little more. If you haven't seen the original, you might give this even a higher rating if you haven't seen none of the Speak No Evils. But if you've seen the original, I think you're either going to like this one a little bit more. Just what they did was enough to really satisfy you. My only big complaint is they didn't keep the level of intensity of gore compared to the original, but that's not really things, I'm just nitpicking here and there. But all in all, I think this film is a good time. I think it's worth the money, it's worth the admission price. And let me know if you're gonna see it in theaters. If you've seen it, what you think about it, drop a comment below, but hit that follow button, and I'll see you in the next movie review.